Guys, welcome back to another video. This has been an ongoing thing with me and YouTube. It's just been so hard for me to come back to a realization that YouTube has always been my getaway. In other words, I do it, it's fun, and I don't expect to get paid from YouTube, and I didn't expect to get paid from YouTube at all when I was doing it, at least. However, many things happen during YouTube's lifespan when I was doing YouTube to where I felt that I was getting pushed down. And for instance, when I was doing YouTube and I was uploading videos, and I tried my best to upload videos daily, weekly, and it came down to monthly because I just don't have time to do it every day. However, when I was doing it, it was hard because you make videos and you think you do good, and in your mind you think you do good, and then once you release it, you put tags and you put a title and you're like, okay, wow, this is gonna do great. Unfortunately, it's not always like that. I've had videos, for instance, like my Call of Duty Black Ops 3 series. I did a campaign on that a long time ago, and that got views. That brought in 50 views a video, around that much. But it's just that I had it kind of geared towards the greater aspect of YouTubers and YouTube in general. They liked the content that was to the point, at least 10 minutes and nothing longer, because that's what makes people watch certain things and actually get to know a YouTuber. Because if you're sitting there making videos that are 20-30 minutes long, I guarantee you no one's going to watch that entire video unless they know who you are. It's just simple. It's not going to happen. However, there's been so much that's going on with YouTube, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, and quite frankly, it worries me because, and I wasn't going to talk about this at all, but when the whole Logan Paul thing happened, and I know it's repetitive and you see it everywhere, and people get very annoyed once things like that happen, you have to realize, from my standpoint, these YouTubers, you have Boogie2988, Keemstar, Kid Behind the Camera, which, they're great content creators, especially Kid Behind the Camera, because they did something that was very original, and in many ways it worked. It brought people in, and it made people sit on the edge every single day, and it still does, at least for Kid Behind the Camera. For me, a lot of other people as well that I know on Twitter, like Steve Billings, one of my friends, he, to get a shout out to him because he is always there for Michael, no matter what happens. For instance, when Grandpa passed away, it was hard because we didn't expect it so soon, and we were, he was doing somewhat good at the Thanksgiving break and all that, and we didn't expect it to come so quick. And after that happened, that pretty much shattered everybody, and we just don't know what to do at this point. But people like Steve, and people just in general that support Kid Behind the Camera, I gotta tell you, the amount of support that I saw for Kid Behind the Camera after all this stuff happened has been amazing. There was somebody that gave Michael a collage of pictures of his dad, and also Nico's Kitchen. He gave Michael a book that basically you fill in as you go. You read it. It's called A Message to My Father. I'm pretty sure that's what the book's called. But, there's pages in there that you fill in as you go along. And as you have thoughts of, today I learned, or I wish you were here, or I wish this was happening. Things like that along the book. And I thought that was a very, very, very genuine gift. And it brought Mike to tears, of course. And you know what, Michael? If you see this, we get you, man. You're a very genuine dude. You pour your heart out to people to help them, and you give people so many chances. It's ridiculous, but at the same time, it just shows how much of a big heart you have. And that, to me, is the most important part. So if you see this, know that I have your support, and know there's also my friend called Brandon. He made a video recently explaining how he felt about people that were just hating on Grandpa because he passed away. They're saying, oh, you're using Grandpa's death as a way to get money. And I'm not going to get into that because that's going to frustrate me. If you want to hear Brandon's thoughts, I'll link the video down below so you can go and listen to that. But that's not what this video is about. I just kind of wanted to kind of give a shout out to Steve and give a shout out, to Kid Behind the Camera and Michael in general, just because he's worked so hard. Keemstar as well. And Jesse Ridgway, they have, and Dame Drops as well. They have helped him so much that he's going to remember that. And he's going to remember that whenever he needs help, there's always somebody there. And don't ever forget that. There's always somebody to help. Moving on from that, though, today's broader issue is YouTube's monetization changes. And this was released on the 17th, like 2 days ago. And you can see YouTube creators' bases at an opposite ends over a series of new monetization guidelines. So basically what is happening is, I want to go ahead and highlight it right here for you. YouTube's new rules state the creators must now accrete 4,000 hours of watch time over the course of 12 months and reach 1,000 subs to join YouTube's partner program for monetization. So this basically means that if you do not have 4,000 hours of watch time and you don't have 1,000 subscribers, you're not going to get monetized. And quite frankly, I'm mad about it. There's many people that are mad about it, but you have to remember, there's many YouTubers that have done YouTube for 4, 5, 6, 10 years, and they're just now getting the right amount of pay that they have been working towards. So you have to remember that no matter what you're doing, once you get in the rhythm and you make the content that you feel, quite frankly, is important to you and you feel that people are going to enjoy, that is when people will start to come to your channel. They'll start to view your stuff more. They'll subscribe to you. They'll reach out to other people and tell them about your channel. So you have to be very persistent with YouTube. It's not something you can pick up and say, I'm going to get 1,000 subs in a day. It takes a lot of time. And quite frankly, that's something that kind of shifted me away from YouTube because it was so hard to, come back daily and grow so slowly when you thought you were trying your best. And that's something I was going to talk about as well, is that I'm going to come back to YouTube. And I know it's been 4 months. That's been a very long time that I should have never left that long. But something, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't drive myself to do something. I felt, and there's a lot of people that agree with me, that if you don't have the energy and you don't have the right mind perception of things for YouTube at a certain time, you're not going to put yourself on YouTube at that time. I'm not going to be the kind of YouTuber that goes in front of a camera or goes in front of a mic and starts talking and acting like I am enjoying it. Because the truth is, I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed it to a certain extent, but I couldn't, when I was making gaming videos and stuff, I enjoyed it to a certain extent, but there has never been a time where I have fully been engulfed in YouTube and I felt like I could keep doing it. So if you feel like YouTube is beating down on you, don't. And I know it's hard to think like that, but you have to remember they're doing this, one, for their sake, and two, for the advertisers' sakes. Because if they went out and they kept doing it and they had ads on channels that quite frankly don't bring in a lot of views, they're losing money right there, and they're losing more opportunities when they have channels that have a bunch of views and a bunch of subscribers and they know that they're consistent and they can rely on them. That's when you'll see them come out to you and say, hey, would you like to join this? Would you like to do that? And that's fine. It just takes time, patience, and you have to have the drive to do this. Otherwise, if you don't and you think that you're just going to grab the camera and do it, you're not going to be able to. So that is pretty much what's happening with YouTube. Again, if you don't have 4,000 hours of watch time over a course of 12 months and you don't have 1,000 subs, that partner program is not going to suit you. You cannot make money off of any videos. And one other thing that will happen is if you made money over the history of your channel, that money will be withdrawn because you don't have that requirement and you don't fit in. So that's all for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you think about what I have said about Kid Behind the Camera, Steve Billings, Dame Drops, Jesse Ridgway, Boogie2988, awesome guy, by the way. Same thing with Jesse Ridgway and Dame Drops. They are all great. They're very, very, very genuine dudes. So if you did like my video, go ahead, comment, like, subscribe, tell me what you thought about it, what you think about the YouTube thing that's going on, and if you want to, go ahead, comment, and tell me, what you're thinking. If you're a small YouTuber, go ahead and tell me what you're dealing with right now. Tell me your situation. Tell me how many views you're getting. If you want me to check something out, link it down below and I'll look. Because I like to try new things, look at new things, and all of that. It's quite fun, actually. So if you, again, are going through this, take your time. That's my message. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.